Schoology has released a new version of an assessment creator. It's still in beta version and only available to enterprise districts like ISD 728. I'd like to give you a little sneak preview into this. While it's not fully functional, you can start playing around with it and getting comfortable with it. Eventually it's going to offer some really neat features because there's some new question types. You can see on the left here the list of question types. It's got the old ones here and then a bunch of new ones down below that. So you'll still add questions. So when you go in and set up your test, you will click on the questions menu and choose your question type. So some of the different types here, we've got highlight words where we might have a passage and then the students need to highlight words to get it correctly, like maybe pick out the certain areas here, or nouns or verbs, could be something like that. There are drag and drop options where we have sort of like matching, but they're fill in the blanks where the word bank is below and they drag them up into the sentence. We have different drag and drop options, like they could even have different words and have to create a sentence out of it. The multiple choice are still there, but the view will look a little bit different. There are new math tools built in, including an equation builder, so you can ask students to pull up this little graphic interface and create equations as part of the answer. There's another piece where it allows students to show their work, so a student could use the trackpad, for instance, and write down their workflow for how they're answering the question. And if the teacher comes in and clicks this replay button, it actually plays back a video of the student completing the question. There are hotspot type questions where if a student clicks on the correct part of a picture or an image, they would get it correct or incorrect if they missed it. There are interactive graphs where students can drag and drop those up and down. Matching is still there, but the interface will look a little bit different, more of a clean, modern look. There will be timeline tools where students would click on the options and drag them up to the timelines, and then teachers would indicate which are correct and not. There are other hotspot tools where maybe in this case the student needed to click on all the appliances and they could get those correct or incorrect based on where they click. The side-by-side test and questions question type, which we were really looking forward to, is not yet available. It will not be in the first rollout, but hopefully it'll be coming sooner than later. There will be still subjective questions like essays and short answers that you can grade by hand. And we're told that coming in the future, and this won't be in the first rollout, but there will be some variable math problems where Schoology will automatically change the values for each student attempt. So you could have sort of like a formula or the same type of question, and each student taking it or each attempt would be different numbers inserted, so they could keep retaking the test, but different versions of it. And again, the variable piece is kind of the teacher view behind the scenes. There is also supposedly a survey tool that's coming, which we really think will be perfect for learning goals and scales, where students would be indicating, a certain ranking on a question. So this could be your 1 through 4s, for instance, on learning goals. And that's what the setup screen is going to look like. And again, this is not ready yet. Another exciting feature is the accessibility built into the test experience, where students can change their color scheme, font sizes. They have a zoom tool built in. These will be great for our students who need that accessibility feature. The review piece will look a little different for students. They'll get a little grid like this and they can jump to different questions with just a click, so that'll be nice and more efficient for them. Once the student finishes the test, they'll have a slightly different view than they've had in the past, and notice there's a Start a New Attempt button there if you give them multiple options. So that's just kind of an overview of some of the new features. In the next tutorial, we'll take a look at some of the behind-the-scenes pieces that the teacher would see.